YouTube, hello. Welcome. What? I should have been saying that with a bit more fervour. Pow, pow, pow. That was lightning. YouTube, hello. It's Halloween, baby. Look, I'm not going to lie to you guys. It is a Thursday. What's more scary than a Thursday? Just about anything. You're not allowed to say Monday. I'm not going to lie to you guys, this isn't going to be the scariest Halloween special you're going to see out there. It's going to be a little bit on the sillier side. But at this point, what's the channel been built on? What are the very foundations holding the house of this channel up? What's the furniture, the core material holding our furniture together that we're sitting on, and it's holding our weight up as strong as it's ever could? Those foundations, it's this house with these little crawl space underneath it. There's all kinds of spooky ghouls and goblins crawling around under there. Creepy, horrible beings from other realms. But you know what? The house isn't falling down. Because these foundations are built on silliness. Can you tell it's been a long day? Can you tell I had 3 hours of sleep last night? Was anything I just said cohesive and or coherent, or none of the above? I'm doing a little tier list. I sat here and I scratched my chinny chin chin and I thought, whatever will I record that's spooky and horrifying that's gonna make the people shudder? You're all desensitized to it, man. I saw what the numbers that Terrifier 3 did on its opening weekend. It beat Joker 2, and I know it was Joker 2's second weekend, and it was Terrifier 3's opening weekend, but that's supposed to be a big film. Terrifier 3 was an indie film 8 years ago, and now it's beating Joker 2 with Joaquin Phoenix, who, by the way, was in Gladiator. You know how fucking big Gladiator is, dude? You know how big Joker was? And all you fuckers are turning up for Terrifier 3. My opinions on Terrifier 3 don't matter. They don't matter because they don't reflect very well on me as a person and my psyche and the way my brain has begun to work. Don't blame me. Blame TikTok, honestly. TikTok desensitized me. It wasn't watching the entire Saw franchise at 14 years old. It wasn't watching Hostel at 16. It wasn't playing Grand Theft Auto 5. It wasn't that, actually, because I've never played it in my life. It wasn't the violent video games. TikTok did it. So put that in your case, America. Ban that shit. I didn't react to Terrifier or Terrifier 2 because of TikTok. There, I said it. I've seen what you sick fucks have been watching. I've seen the numbers Terrifier 3's been putting up. What can I play? What can I play that's going to scare you freaks? What can I play on this channel that's going to have people going, woo, nothing. So instead what we're going to do, we're going to embrace what brought us here. We're going to look back to our roots and we're going to do a tier list. Phobias and scary things. We have a few tiers here. J Chillin, Spoopy, No Thank You, Panic, and Nope, Nope, Nope. These are the tiers put in. You might be thinking, man, those are good tiers. Reese obviously did these, because I usually do. If you've not seen a tier list on the channel before, I usually put my own in. No. Those tiers were labelled by Junk Account 807888067. You may be familiar with their work. I know I am. Just check out the IMDb page on this individual. It's got a load of like fears and stuff. Let's rank the bloody things, why don't we? It's not a serious video. We're here for a goof. We're here for a gaff. If you have any of the below phobias, and I say it sounds silly, I'm not insulting anyone. I know that they come from sometimes rational things, sometimes irrational things, sometimes it's trauma, sometimes it's unexplainable, and you've tried your best. I am shit terrified of gnomes, and I was having this conversation today, and I was ridiculed for it openly, so I am not here to judge. This is purely for fun. This is not a serious video. It's all a bunch of, like, goofy, fun things down here. Nothing I say is important about any of these things. We're here to have a good time. We're here to have a good, light-hearted conversation. So, let's rank some phobias, baby. Number 1. Adult men. Yeah, we're here to have a good time, by the way. We're here to have a good... Nothing I say serious. Can I just remind? We're here to have a good time. We're here to have a good time, a light-hearted chat. Adult men. What do we feel about adult men? Are we scared of him? This one's for all my ladies in the audience. This one's for adult men. Nope, nope, nope. Fuck those freaks. They could be thinking anything. Adult women. Now we're talking. Creatures of God, angels sent to put the wrongs of evil men right. Jay Chillin. Adult women straight in Jay Chillin. adult women when they exist. Oh, straight in J chilling. My adult woman girlfriend when I roll over in my sleep and accidentally pull one strand of hair. Nope, nope, nope. Right? Right? Right, guys? I'm in trouble when this one goes up. He is, oh, I can see the misogyny allegations flying left and right. We need to move the frick on, I think. Aliens, man, that's too broad of a situation. We're talking that monstrosity at the end of Alien Romulus. This MF is going straight into the nope, nope, nope. We talk E.T. E.T.'s bloody chilling, man. He's a little chiller. He was a homeboy at E.T. I ain't got a bad thing to say about E.T. The concept is a bit chilling. Are they out there? They must be, right? Why do we not know? There's all these theories. Are they deliberately? Do they know about us and are deliberately not getting in touch? Who fucking knows what kind of monstrosities are out there? Babies? We're getting a little bit weird. I think they're chilling, but man, they can be. But I've always had the thought. You hear a lot of people say, "Man, what if I have a baby and it comes out and I don't like it?" I get that, but what if your baby comes out and it doesn't like you? Really makes you think. I also have like a real fear that if I would have a child, like what if you have a child, and this happens to many people. I do always have this fear in the back of my mind. What if I have a child that comes out and it's just like a demon child and it's horrible and it like hits people, and I can't do anything but love it, and the gentle parenting that TikTok taught me doesn't fix its psychopathic tendencies. It keeps cutting the heads off pigeons with scissors no matter how hard I gentle parent it. So actually, yeah, spoopy. Bad breath. No thanks. Balloons. Are people really be scared of these things? People be scared of balloons? I think they'd be chilling. Is it the imagery associated with clowns? Mayhaps. Bats. Again, chilling. I actually think bats are quite cute and adorable. Well, their faces close up are a bit spooky sometimes, and obviously it's when they do that thing where they turn into like Dracula, that can be a little bit unnerving the first time you see it. But you know, you live out in the countryside, you've got a barn, you get used to it. Laughed at. Dude, that's fucking pretty horrifying. Laughed with? Listen, you can't go wrong at laughed with. You cannot beat laughed with. Laughed at? Me when laughed with. Me when laughed at. Right? Right, guys? Being naked. Again, contextually, wake up in public naked. That's terrifying. I'm gonna get arrested. I'm gonna get arrested. There might be like children there, and they might end up on like a list forever, and like scarring people. I might cause damage to people around me. Children will be mentally scarred from what they'd see. People would be, you know, they'd be like, I don't want to see that. That's assault. The men of the local area would be ashamed of themselves and would have bodily images for the rest of their lives that they'd never be able to recover the self-esteem from. It'd be tough for everyone. I don't want the world to just randomly see that. So I'm going to say no thank you. I would rather not randomly be naked. However, in the privacy of my own, for example, bathroom when I need a shower, I'm Jay chilling naked. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So let's find a middle ground and put it spooky. Being stared at, it's annoying, but it depends who's staring. Some kind of weird creep. That's kind of spooky, but yeah, you know, life goes on. Bigfoot. Cousin. He's the cousin. Blood doesn't really bother me, to be fair, but I've not had a great deal of like proper experience with it in real life. I've had one real experience with a lot of it quite young, and I think that maybe is, if we're trauma dumping, does potentially desensitize me slightly to it. However, I was quite young and I haven't really had a proper experience since, necessarily. So it's kind of hard for me to say, but I'm not someone who's like, I'm scared of blood. If I see it, I'll faint. Like, I can do it. It doesn't bother me too much. This is, why are we putting fucking books on there, man? What do you mean books? What do you mean books? Did Zoomer do this? Did Gen Z do this one? Books. book talker when they have to actually read a book that isn't just smut. Nope, nope, nope. Bridges. Look, you're just throwing some shit. Now, being buried alive, panic, which is, I think, one of the worst things you can do because of the, limited air. I assume you're in, like, a coffin here, but being buried alive is, that's just horrible. That's quite honestly just kind of like a horrible way to see your end. We're going to go panic on that one. I think I would panic, and resultingly, my demise would come sooner, which may not necessarily be a bad thing in that instance, because I don't think my ass is getting out of there. Butterflies, what are we doing here? That's a beautiful creature. Cancer, obviously, is just horrific and fucked. A terrible, terrible thing. Cemeteries, safest place to be. Safest place to be. Can't fault him. Can't. I think there's something quite peaceful to him. We're going to run out of space eventually. But a tombstone is a mark of remembering someone forever. It's kind of like creepy to think about when you look at all these tombstones. Think there's like actual remains. And you look at a graveyard, there's hundreds of graves, and you think there's actual like hundreds of corpses just like below here, just there, varying degrees of what do you call it? Not degradation, when they degrade. You know what I mean? I can't think of the word. It's kind of like creepy to think about, but I see like the nice side of it. It's memorials and it's a way to remember someone. I actually think they're pretty cool. It's kind of creepy to think. I always think like 6 feet under is like not that deep, kind of. If you think about it, like I'm 6 foot tall myself. I'm 6'1", so I kind of think about my tallness. A body, if I was to stand, it would only be my height's worth of distance between myself and like an actual corpse. Change, fuck that. Fuck that. And then we'll move on, because that's we don't want to get too introspective. Childbirth, again, as a man speaking here, it's I'll probably have different. I'm never going to experience it myself, the pain thing. So I don't really know where to. It's difficult for me to rank this one because it's not a fear I'll ever necessarily have to face. As far as experiencing it, I mean, maybe seeing it, which is I've heard is a whole kind of experience, but I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to put it in panic because watching childbirth would probably be really scary when I'm like, yeah, well, what would you rather do, watch it or fucking go through that pain, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to, we'll put this down there. Chupacabra, I don't even fucking really know what that is. Clowns, I just don't really understand. I don't really understand their purpose. Circling back to Terrifier, it's that kind of year. It's Halloween and people are talking about clowns and shit, and I just like don't really get. They're just weird to me. Like I don't really see the funny bit. I don't really know why they exist, to be honest. And kind of horror media has made me associate them more with being scary than being funny, because I don't think they're really funny. I don't think I've ever experienced like a funny clap. Like I don't really do anything, right? Actually, to be fair, when they have the car and then they just keep coming out of the car, that is an absolute all-timer. That's one of the greatest jokes ever. One of the office buildings across the street from my work was having a fire situation last week. I don't know if it was like a test or something set it off. There wasn't like any fire. I don't think the fire people ever even came, so it clearly was nothing. But we just watched them all like walking across the car park, and they just kept coming, and they just kept coming, and they were coming, and they were coming, and they were just watching people walk across past our back window, just walking, people after people, and I was like, fucking hell, what is that office? A clown car? Silence. And I thought that's one of the funniest things anyone has ever said. So to be fair, I was going to put them in no thank you, because I wouldn't panic at seeing a clown. But I just like, if you've got your medium clown, you've got your horror clowns, and you've got your funny clowns. The funny clowns, not really very funny. The horror clowns, quite scary. So that kind of bounces them more towards the scarier than not scary side of the scale in my head. The clown car gaff will absolutely never not get funny, and that puts them back down to medium to me. That brings them back down to just on that one gag alone. They may be a one-hit wonder. They may be living off that one. They've got their one hit, and it just plays on the radio, and they're living off the royalties forever of the clown car joke. But so be it, man. It's a classic. It truly is a classic. Colours. This is some kind of sick ableist joke, to be honest. Obviously, I'm not scared of colours just because I'm a little bit colourblind, just because I'm deuteranopic. You think I'm scared of them? Computers? Bro thinks I'm 70. Bro, like, what is COVID? Yeah, it's a bit spoopy. Crowds have never... I used to actually not like them. I never mind getting in front of people. I could do like a presentation or give a speech or whatever. That doesn't bother me at all. I've done presentations in uni. If anything, I was, when you get to do your options and you see this is what the assignments are, I saw one with a presentation in it. I was like, free first. Fucking love a presentation. Put me, I'd stand in front of like 300 people and crush. Oh god, it doesn't bother me at all. I used to get really scared about like big gatherings. Fortunately, I go to enough gigs now that I'm kind of over. You know, I go to the football, there's 80,000 people there. I go to, you know, I've been to the Co-op Live like 6 times this year, and it's, you know, 26,000 people, and every time you walk out, you're like, oof. It doesn't matter how many gigs you go to. Every time you walk out, you're like, fucking hell, for a minute. But then it's like, yeah. So I've kind of become over that. Used to be terrified of darkness as a child. I was one of those kids who would sleep under the cover all night, drenched in sweat because it was far too hot, like struggling to breathe. I'd have to like come up for air every now and then, but I was just that fucking terrified. That's just what I did. Now though, ain't nothing but a thing. Death, don't want to fucking even talk about it, man. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in nope, and we're just gonna keep it moving. I'm not fucking. Oh, this was supposed to be a live video. This was supposed to be a live video, and you have me memento mori in out here. On a light video? Not on my silly video. Save the memento mori for the serious Halloween special. Deep water? Shit is kind of scary, because, like, what's down there, dude? Right, Josh? What's down there, man? Fucking, we don't even know in some bits. That's the crazy part. What's down there, man? You've seen some of this shit? You've seen some of the shit they have in... Whatever that fucking... What's that game? What's the game called? What's that game called? Something Subnautica. Shit. You seen some of the MFers in that thing? They're just down there. You seen the Mega Gigalodon? Are you telling me you're not scared of of dipping your toes anymore? That thing's down there, man. Demons. Yeah, this is one. There's some black fucking spooky ones. Me at the bar when I'm asking the bartender for another whiskey. I ain't afraid of my demons. My whiskey outruns them. Something like that. Babadook and things like that. Fucking creepy, dude. Creepy. No thank you to demons. Thank you very much. No thank you. Dentist. I ain't afraid of no... What the fuck do you want? My phone just lit up? Oh, it's Snapchat. Bro, Snapchat thinks I care still. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not afraid of the dentist. I've had some pretty fucked up things done to my mouth. Fucking screws drilled in, and getting teeth pulled was like a weirdly harrowing experience, but like, it didn't really bother me. Dogs, what the fuck are you trying to... What are we doing here? What do you mean dogs? Driving? Bro's 25 and doesn't have a license. Yeah, I mean, I've put it off for a reason. It is on the agenda. You know, I say 25, not have a license. I'm not proud of it, but I do have a guy now. I have a guy, okay? I met a guy and I have him. I'm going to start a lesson with him. I've got his number and everything, and I said we'd do lessons soon. And I said at the end of summer, and it's October, and I've not booked the first lesson yet. But yeah, look, my spatial awareness skills have always been down there with the worst, I'd say. You've got to put me behind the wheel of an automobile. It's a bit spoopy. It's a bit spoopy. Yeah, earthquakes are wild. It's not really something I've ever had to really concern myself with, geographically, with where I'm located, but yeah, they're spoopy. They do a lot of damage. Oh, Christ, there's a lot of these fucking things. Oh, are we 20 minutes already? Christ. Environmental change. Boo. There's like some bits where I'm like it just happens. Like the Ice Age was there and then stopped. Like, it started and then it stops, and it's like, that's life. But like, stuff's not good. Think of the polar bears. Eyes? To be fair, I used to not be able to make eye contact at all. It was something I had to work on Honestly, until I was about 16, I could not look anyone in the eyes. I couldn't do it. It wasn't like I was scared. It was like anxiety thing. I don't know. I ain't scared of him. Fans? You're saying what the fuck do you mean fans? Google fan death, man. That's all I'll say to that. Now fire is actually scary. Our shower set on fire the other week, kind of, technically. But not really. But that is scary because it can just fucking... I love fire. I think it's very pretty. If anyone has a campfire on the go, I'm getting, like, told off. My ass is getting told off. I'm messing with sticks. I'm setting things on fire that probably shouldn't be set on fire, and I'm getting told off. However, it is scary. Like, just get killed, man. Like, fucking something goes, too many plugs plugged in, it sparks, and suddenly the whole house, and, like, it's, the smoke's knocking you out and burning alive. Ugh. So probably not panic, but it's a no thank you. Fish. Bro thinks I'm Josh. This song is, what is this? It's Animal Crossing Halloween song. Okay, it sounded a bit not scary. It sounded a little goofy. There we go. Flying Dutchman's Graveyard, baby. Hell yeah, this is Bar House. What is this? Is this Sisters of Mercy I'm listening to? Is that Dr. Apocalypse? Or whatever the fucking synth is called? I ain't scared of flying. I'm gonna be honest. It is what it is. Shit'll probably not crash. But it might, but you can die whenever. I don't know. I just fly a lot. I like traveling to places, so life goes on. Germs, again, doesn't really bother me. There's bad ones out there. I understand why people are scared of them. For sure, but thankfully it's something that I've just never really feared me too much, or has provided too much fear for myself. Ghost is fitting in with one of these that we had a few where I've kind of like, well, it depends, like Aliens, for example. Part of me, like, I feel like there's cool ghosts are always like a scary thing. I feel like they could just be like cool ghosts, and I've always kind of thought, why are ghosts always pictured in like Victorian or earlier clothing? Why are there no ghosts in like shell suits? You know what I mean? Or just like a hoodie and sweats? Like, is there a sort of a time limit that has to pass from someone dying before they're allowed to become a ghost? Like, there's a 100-year grace period where people are like, well, the ghost committee, big ghost, are like, well, you can't have a ghost in a shell suit in the 80s, you know, or the 90s, because they're not going to take you seriously, dude. Like, I die tomorrow in my Paramore hoodie and black sweatpants and my Yeezys, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll haunt this house, that'll be sick. You know, my family move out because I've died in the house, and they can't sort of like live with living in the house that their loved family member has died in. My girlfriend can't live here anymore because she can't like face the building, it's too painful for her, so they move out and sell it on, and I see that happening and I go, yeah, I want to haunt the new family. I think that'd be cool. I think I'd be good at haunting people. Big ghost steps in, the ghost council goes, bro, come on, look in a mirror. You can't be haunting them in a... You're in a band tee and sweatpants and Yeezys. You think they're gonna take your ass seriously? No, you can haunt it in 100 years. You can haunt it in 100 years when you're like, you know, come back in like 300 years when they see you as how you see the Victorian children. But they can be scary. So I'm gonna say, look, if I fucking saw one just show up, I'd go, what the hell, man? No, thank you. But I just feel like there could probably be chill ones, and I don't know why we don't see more of those. Going bald. You wonder why this shit is suddenly happening? Why this shit suddenly, where these luscious locks have come from? I woke up one morning and I looked in the mirror and saw, has that moved? Was that always all the fucking way up there? Has that gone back by a millimeter? And I show people, and I show my girlfriend. She's like, no, it's not moved. I show my best friend. He's like, no, it's always been up there. And I went, it's fucking moved, man. It's gone up by a millimeter. Fuck it, it's now or never. I'm growing this. I'm growing this shit out. It's a scary thought. He's bald. Growing old. We're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. We're here to be silly. Heights, I used to be way the fuck up here. I used to hate them. I think I'm on no thank you terms now. I've been on enough flights. I've been up some tall buildings. Been up one of the tallest buildings in Chicago, and it was like a transcendental experience. It was an absolutely beautiful moment. Good a lot of buildings and lights and stuff. I was with a good friend, and I was a little bit drunk, so it was, you know, there was other elements at play, but shit's scary, and I wouldn't do like you're never gonna catch my ass doing a bungee jump. But I've been skydiving now, which is the funny thing. Bungee jump. Fuck no. Absolutely. You could not pay me enough money. You could pay me enough money. You definitely could pay me enough money to do a bungee jump. But it's going to be a steep... It'd be like it wouldn't be that steep. But I'm not going to say... But if you're watching this and you're planning on giving me money to do a bungee jump, it'd be steep. It'd be a big figure we're talking. It'd be a big figure. But if for the sake of the video, it wouldn't be that big of a figure. But if you're planning on it, it'd be a big figure. I've skydove now. So, you know, there's elements I've kind of come past it. I can't say I'm as scared as I used to be, but there's still some stuff where I'm like, fucking zip lines probably not for me, or walking on ropes like between two skyscrapers with nothing but like a bar to keep me balanced. Probably not going to be doing that anytime soon. So I'll leave that towards the no thank you category. I'm putting holes in the no thank you category, because I always say I don't have that fear. Is it trypophobia or something? But I'm going to be honest. Looking at that, I need that off the screen. So maybe it's ranked a little bit higher. Horses be chilling. No cows on here, though. I am actually a bit scared of cows. Hospitals, I think I'm fine with. Houses. We're talking haunted or regular? Because there's, again, it's like an alien situation again. Just a house? What do you mean? Hurricanes, yeah. Okay, I'm quite fortunate I never really have to experience the bad of them. Just kind of where I am, but, you know, you never know, and they're a scary thing. Immortality. I'm not scared of because it's not real. But yeah, if I have always thought, you know, I like some of the vampire stuff. You know, I sort of watched Twilight, and I've always been like, yeah, I think I'd be fine with it. The concept of watching your loved ones grow old and die. I mean, obviously, if you become like a vampire, you only have to watch your family die once, because then they're presumably vampires as well. Either they're vampires as well, and then in which case they don't die, or you know, it's like a Cullen situation. You become your new family, you only have to watch your actual family die once, and then you don't have to watch it over and over again, so it's probably going to be tough, but then you've got thousands of years. And then the relationships, that's the tough one, watching your loved ones sort of grow, you know, your partner grow old and die, but then you just get like a hot vampire girlfriend. Making friends would always be weird. That bit's tough, but otherwise I look at the Cullens and I go, yeah. I look at Angel and I go, yeah, man, you know. So I don't think that's Jay chilling. Imperfection. I don't like irregularities, but I'm no like perfectionist. Infinity. Fucking horrible concept. We're not talking about it. Injury. Everybody hurts. Sometimes. Insects. Gotta put spoopy because like tarantulas. But something like a stick insect or a leaf insect, for example. Whatever this is, that's some kind of beetle in the silhouette here. Those guys that are shaped like that, chilling. Isolation. This is a weird one. You asked me this a few years ago, I'd be going, bring it on. Now, scary. I think it is scary. There's like, I could be isolated for an amount of time, but like, if we're talking like for your life, or sort of dying isolated, or not knowing when the isolation is going to end, that's very scary. One of the absolute most horrible fucking things, one of the most horrible little media moments that freaks me out more than many others is the end of, I won't spoil it in case you've not watched it, but there's a Black Mirror episode called White Christmas. The end of that is a very good episode, even if you don't watch all. I recommend Black Mirror to a lot of people. Well, it's not like I go around recommending, but if it comes up, I recommend it. There's episodes that are really good, there's episodes that are in the middle, there's episodes that kind of suck. White Christmas is one of the best episodes that I'd recommend. The end of that, without spoiling, if you've not seen it, just sends chills down my spine. I'm just checking. I know it's rude, but I'm like kind of waiting for a message, sort of, that's relatively prescient. Loud noises is quite funny. I don't have a fear of loud noises, but I'm a jumpy MF. If I'm walking down the street and a car beeps, I am jumping without fail. It's really embarrassing. I'm not afraid of love. I'm not afraid of marriage. I'm not afraid of mirrors. What the fuck is monster birth? Don't tell me. I'm not afraid of needles. I've had plenty of jabs in my life. Done plenty of heroin, so... Can I say that on YouTube? A joke? That was a joke. It was a joke. Nightmares. I've had nightmares, and they've had impacts on me at a younger age. I've seen what night terrors do. My brother used to have horrible night terrors. Really, really bad ones that would, like... He'd wake up screaming and crying, and, like, that wasn't even it. Like, even after he was doing that, you had to still, like, snap him out, and he'd be like, hey, he's there, he's behind you, he's behind you. Fucking, Mama, there's a girl behind you. It was fucking scary stuff. But I've never had... I had a dream when I was probably about, like, 10. Give or take a year or two either way, somewhere in that realm. That definitely stuck with me for, like, years, we're talking. Oh, actually, that's really fucked up and has just freaks me out. Like, on a genuine, serious note. What I was about to say... in the dream, the number 4 was very prevalent. And that is... As much as I look back at the dream and it's ridiculous, I can still picture the dream vividly to this day, and I'm like, that's not even scary, dude. You were just 10. I still am weird about the number 4, but the number 44 specifically, 444, I can live with. The number 4 on its own, I can live with. Or if I do something and it's a 4 and I can make it a 3 or a 5, I will. The number 44 genuinely, like, it still affects me in like weird little ways. Like if I'm watching the football and it's the 44th minute, or technically the 45th minute when the minute 44 is on the screen, I'm like far more nervous for that minute than any other minute of the match. Still to this day. If I happen to glance at the clock when it says 44, I'm like, great, we're losing this game now. I know that sounds ridiculous, but it genuinely still affects me. So I was going to say the dream still affects me, but it's all silly. Then I scrolled down and saw the number 4 is down here. So maybe there's... I don't know if I'm like, this is fucked up that they've put that there and they're trying to freak me out. Or maybe there's more to this 4 thing, because I've never looked into it at all. Now I probably need to. Maybe there's some culture where that's like their equivalent of the number 13. The number 13 doesn't scare me. The number 666 doesn't scare me. Well, I suppose the devil does, but... The number 4 is a genuine fear of mine, and I'm having like a weird moment on camera here where I'm like, what the fuck? I'm either like super freaked out that that's been put there, that's been planted there to scare me, or I'm like having a moment of like serious validation here that actually that's a real thing in some culture, and then maybe I'm going to go down a rabbit hole now before I go to bed that's going to make me feel a lot better about that fear. But I guess I'll find out what happens after the video. That put me in a weird position. Ocean, we're going to put Jay chilling. Open spaces, don't mind him. Think there's beauty in him. Not afraid of pain. Not afraid of poison. Well, I'm afraid of poison in that if I had poison, I died. Like, that's scary. But I'm not afraid that I'm just going to be poisoned. I'm not really important enough. Public speaking doesn't bother me at all. I welcome the opportunity to. I think rats are quite cute. Obviously, non-pet ones versus pet ones. You know, they carry disease and stuff. But I still think they're quite cute. AI. No comment, actually. The Roko's basilisk stuff, you know, kind of never really felt real, but we're getting to that point where I'm like, I'm not on a YouTube video that's on the internet for any AI to watch. I saw him. I saw the Westworld things, pouring those drinks. Nothing to say. Nothing to say on the matter at all. But you can see where I've put it. You can see where I've put it. Scorpions, not really had to worry about those where I am. Shark, not had to worry. Yeah, snakes are spoopy. Snakes are spoopy. I've been out in, like, you know, in Scotland, up in the hills where they, like, can be, and I've seen them on the path before and been like, oh, fuck, sort of thing. Social interaction. Social interaction with... It depends where you know, with my colleagues who I work with day in, day out, whatever. With my colleagues who I speak to a little bit less, is straight up like I'm the guy. I like to think that I'm like, I have the capacity to be funny. I can tell a good joke. I can banter quite well with, you know, my friends, with my colleagues I sit with and share a desk with. I get put in, like, someone I'll never meet ever again, even, I'm kind of fine with. There's always been this weird middle ground of people that I'm not completely comfortable with, but aren't complete strangers that I'll never meet again, that I'm terrible with. Colleagues that I bump into the corridor, that I'm like, oh, I know this person, I know their name, I've interacted with them multiple times. They start a conversation with me, I'm like, I say, like, I'm going away, I'm like, fuck, I'm thinking of like 3 things I could have said that all would have been hilarious, and I've just bumbled through a conversation, and I'm like, fucking, I'm sweating, I'm thinking about it for the rest of the day, and they're not thinking about it at all, but in my head, they're walking away like, man, that guy's not funny. Yeah, you know? It used to be, a few years ago, this was straight up here, right? So, a lot of therapy. Me after 2 pints. It's fucking Jay chilling, man. Jay chilling. We'll put it in no, thank you. Space. Oh, I mean, it's scary. The thought of, like, getting lost from your spaceship and just floating in space until you die, that's really freaky. Yeah, spiders are pretty no, thank you. I'm not a fan. Some I can tolerate, but some are scary. I don't even know what this one is. It's just like a guy and a young... Is this a paedophile? Oh, strangers. They just put the image in without the text for some reason by accident. No, I mean, obviously stranger danger is a terrible fear, and if anyone watching this is age 18 or under, then stranger danger, nope, nope, nope. But I am an adult. But you never know. You don't know people, right? You never know who is thinking what, who has what background, who is capable of what. If you really boil it down, I don't go in my day-to-day life worrying about every stranger around me. But I suppose if you're looking at it in the context of what is scary, then yeah, there definitely is scariness in there. Sunlight. What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? Did you tell me I've been playing too much DVD lately? Maybe, but I have to go outside for work. Phone calls is funny because I'm gonna put it in spoopy because I'm one of these people who like I've worked phone jobs before, customer service and sales, and was really good at it. But then I'll go home and I have to make a dentist appointment. I'll put it off for a week. I'm like, I don't want to make the dentist appointment. But to be fair, I have actually gotten better at it. I think I had to make a few recently for various dental appointments and doctor appointments, and I think I'm like fine with them now. I'm a bit awkward sometimes on the phones, bumbling through the conversations, but to be fair, I think thinking about it is a bit spooky, but I don't know what, I think actually now that's gonna go and just chilling. I don't think I fear phone calls anymore. I used to, definitely, for sure, and I used to be like, isn't it funny that I go to work and sit on the phone all day and speak to 50 people, 100 people, do 100 phone calls, it doesn't bother me at all. And then I have to make an appointment at home, and I'm like, this is the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. But I think I'm fine with it now. I think I'm over it. Thunder, I'm fine with. Yeah, tight spaces. Every time I see that image on Twitter, it makes me freak the fuck out. You know, I'm not even gonna say it, but you know what the fucking one I'm talking about. That whole sport, the adrenaline and stuff, each to their own. That crawling through cave, oh, fuck that. You know? Yeah. Nah. Tornadoes. It's not really been an issue to me. That's a scary thing. Trains? No. Vampires, big Twilight fan. You know, Angel. Big Angel fan. Big fan of the first season and a half of Vampire Diaries I've seen. Water? No. We've had the ocean, so it doesn't even mean that. I guess it just means water. Well, you can drink still water and get pretty sick off it if it's been gone off for a few days. No, I'm not scared of werewolves or witchcraft. I mean, actually, witchcraft. Yeah, because like you never know. Worms? Are we for real here? Zombie outbreak? What are we doing with ourselves? It's my scary tier list. That's how we feel. That's how I feel about the fears. I said to myself before the video, I was aiming for a 30-minute video here, but I said in my head, I was like, as long as we don't go over 40, that'd be the sweet spot. Oh, baby, is he good. Thank you for watching. I'll leave a link in the description to the list if you want to do your own one. I didn't really know what to do. I was going to just play Lethal. I literally fucking went on Tearmaker and just searched scary. Like, this is... Where this one's got like monsters on it. Where I was like, no, it's not like goofy enough. Like, what am I rating these on? I did like a little, there's like a little Lethal Company fucking one on here. Anyway, go leave a like. This music's gonna be in the description if you want it. Follow me on Letterboxd if you want. That's just the tab still open from earlier. Thanks for watching. I promised I wouldn't go over 40 minutes, and I'm not